finished, they climbed into vans and were escorted out of the city by the police.
If you're looking for a competitive environment, few professions could rival the business of radio. All stations, whether they're music or news, are dumped in the same ratings book. WTOP morning newsman Bill Thompson sees little logic to that.
It's hard to compare what we do here in the morning at WTOP, which is all news, all information, with a station that plays album rock in the morning. How do you compare, how do you go to an advertiser and say, well, this station is superior to this one in terms of just raw numbers? I think you have to quantify it and say what kind of listeners you have.
Is the money any better than it used to be?
Frankly, it is not as good at this station for what I do, and I have to qualify that very carefully, as it would be for a name disc jockey. Because obviously, he's an entertainer, I'm not. We get paid for different things. I'm not unhappy with what I get paid, but it's not as much as they do. It's more than I got paid 10 years ago when I was with a station in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But I would expect it to be. Let's put it this way, I make a comfortable living.
We then asked Mr. Thompson whether or not he believed that a news talk audience was more loyal than those who listen to other radio formats, such as rock or easy listening.
I think so. I think they're fiercely loyal. I meet a lot of people daily who say they only have one radio station on in their car, in their house, in their boat, and that's WTOP. I meet very few album rock station listeners who say they only listen to station X, station Y, station Z.
After chatting with Bill Thompson, we went to the other side of the dial, the very far side. WWDC 101's Doug Track, better known as the Greaseman.
I've seen people more qualified to have puppies. Jiminy! We have so many maggots. We have so many maggots. We have so many maggots. We have maggots on the line.
You have a studio audience about 3 days a week.
Yes, sir.
Good for feedback?
It is kind of. Over the years in broadcast, I think you'll talk to most comedians that are on the radio. You can get a feel for what people will laugh at and what they won't. But when you have a room of 40 people standing all around you to do it, you know exactly what was funny and what wasn't, because you get that instantaneous reaction. And I think it's kind of a neat jolt.
Your humor comes across as somewhat bawdy. Many find it refreshing. Obviously, others might not. How has it worked for you thus far?
You get out of it what you want to get out of it. What your life has been, what your ideas and dreams, you'll get out of my show. I think a prude listening, driving through, some old biddy from out of town tuning in would listen for a while, and probably a lot of the stuff would ricochet off her skull. But perhaps a man such as yourself, a bon vivant, man of the world, might see something else in the show.
If it's one negative impression that many people have of radio, it's that DJs are backstabbers. They simply do not get along with one another. Is that true?
I think radio's taken an ugly turn, to be honest. I remember in the old days, when a guy'd get on the air, he'd talk about himself with confidence. It's like if two really nice-looking people walk into a bar, and they sit at the bar, they don't sit there spinning on the bar stool saying, hey, he's ugly, you're ugly, look at that guy over there, hey, we're better looking than him. No, people that are happening know they're happening, and they don't have to shave on someone else's beard, as the saying goes. And today in radio, you got a lot of no-talented people on there with nothing to say positive about themselves, so they just attack. And the more they talk about me, the better I like it, because we got an old West Virginia expression around here. They wouldn't be biting you in the ass if you weren't ahead of them.
For the Insiders, this is Alan Nathan.